Good morning, my community. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning recipes, a little bit of everything. Things are getting out of hand in here, but I'm really happy. Look at this squash and zucchini. It's almost as tall as I am. And look at the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the tomatoes. Oh my goodness. This morning, I'm going to talk to you about the most prolific, hardiest cherry tomato we've ever had. And they came up volunteer this year after we planted them somewhere else on the property 2 years ago. Now don't be shocked when I take you back here and show you, because there was a big massacre that happened yesterday. So we had one volunteer plant come up on this side of the high tunnel and another one come up on the other side, and it is those blueberry cherry tomatoes. Guys, it took up, well, you can see here, that was the stalk. And it took up all the way down. And this is what they look like before they ripen. And that's what they look like when they ripen. And I was in here on my hands and knees trying to pull up the cherry tomatoes. You can see it has gone all the way in this high tunnel. And so Greg did have to come in here and prune them back heavily, but they are still doing fantastic. Now let me show you the other one. Now this is the other one that came up on the south side, and you can see I need to get in there and do some harvesting. But look, it goes all the way around. Guys, this was one plant, and because we didn't stake it up, it rooted, and I am picking these as fast as I can. So if you are looking for a very prolific cherry tomato, I recommend that you go buy that blueberry cherry tomato and you put it somewhere where you're going to let it come back up the next year. This was the only plant that survived our freeze and our frost last year. Look, it even goes all the way over here into these. And look how tall that is. It's unbelievable. It is the most prolific cherry tomato we have ever had. Now we are selling these to our community. They're absolutely delicious. I got some picking to do. I got to hurry up. But look around at this high tunnel. Our other tomatoes are really starting to take off in here, guys. Ooh-wee. You know what? We're going to have more come up next year, because look at all these. But anyway, these tomato plants are starting to produce fruit. Looky there. They are loaded. Greg has been in here tying them up and pruning them back, because they honestly got enormous and unmanageable. So that is what he has been doing. Now it's really important that he gets in here and gets this done in the next couple of days. And let me tell you why. Because we are forecasted to be 103 degrees next Wednesday. Not looking forward to that. Now, we've been mild. We're very thankful. You can tell we've been mild by the growth of this high tunnel. We are getting tons of cucumbers off of our plants out here. I've got the munchers. I got pickling cucumbers. I got slicers. I'm trying to think what else I got. Oh, I got some lemon cucumbers up there. But the mild weather has just really allowed things to take off in this high tunnel. We even still got some beets out there, and I got to pull those and pickle those up. But we have a couple that we're going to see if we can break the world record, and the world record was 60 pounds. Stay tuned for that, guys, because we got a couple back there that we're going to see what we can do. But anyway, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord for the mild weather. We're not looking forward to the 100-degree weather. I'm really hoping that it subsides quickly. I hope it's only a couple of days or two that we have that. But yeah, he's got to get in here and finish trellising these up and getting them pruned back, because by 10:30 or 11, even now, it's a little too hot to be in here and pruning back things. So I'm out here at the crack of dawn harvesting. And let me show you my little market setup. So this is my little market setup. We live in a very small town. And we advertise on Facebook when we have veggies for sale, extra veggies. You can see these are my slicing cucumbers that I'm getting, guys. These are those munchers. I got these from Survival Garden Seed. I'll put the link down below. Love these. I had these yesterday with some tomatoes, some raspberry vinaigrette, a purple onion, and some of our bell peppers. Absolutely delicious salad if you're looking for something to make. Green beans, I'll be canning some. Stay tuned, guys. Yes, I'll be canning some. And then we have some of our bell peppers. Here's some of our squash and zucchini. And here are those little cherry peppers that I'm selling to our community, and that's how we have them boxed up. And don't forget my fresh freeze-dried herbs that I'm using the Harvest Right freeze dryer for. Guys, these have gone like hotcakes. Hotcakes. We've sold probably about 75 packs. And so yeah, I mean, they are just really going crazy. So let me show you about one of my green bean beds. I did go ahead and exhaust it, and I got 5 pickings, guys, maybe 6 from this bed. And it's the very first one that I showed you that we planted back about 2 months ago, that we put the mycorrhizal fungi in, and we are using the regenerative soil, the regenerative gardening method. And this is the first time I've gotten 5 or 6 plantings from a bed. So this is the bed I've exhausted. And you can tell when your green beans have just about had it, guys. Here's the leaves. Ooh, there's one in there. And they started looking puny, so I knew it was time to go ahead and pull them, and I didn't really see any other flowers. But this bed, I'm getting it ready to go ahead and plant something else. Now, we've barely begun to even pick from this green bean bed, which this is probably what I'm going to use for my canning video, guys. You can see it's loaded completely, and then I have some okra plants in there that are coming up. But yeah, so we still have this bed and this scary looking mess of a bed. But guys, there's green beans in there, and yes, the weeds took over. There's not a lot I could do about it, except get in there and pull every day, which honestly, I just simply don't have time. But they are still producing, and they are looking fantastic. So these I'll be harvesting up. So I got 2 more beds where I can get quite a bit of harvest from. So the little high tunnel has just about had it. It's just about had it. So my squash and zucchini gotten consumed by squash bugs. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and get the last couple of pieces off in there, and I'm going to turn right around and replant, because by the time my plants are ready to go in the ground, squash bug season will be over. And you know, that was my plan all along. We wanted to get a good harvest for our community. And then you can see my tomato plants have just about zapped. But they're still producing, and the tomatoes still look fantastic. But yeah, so what we're going to have to do with these beds, or with these buckets in here and these containers, is we're going to have to totally revamp the soil this year. So we're going to be pulling them out. Ugh, that's not going to be fun. And we're going to revamp the soil totally. We're not going to leave any of it in there. We have used the soil in these buckets. We have refurbished them for probably about 2.5, 3 years. So it's time that we get these redone. So thank you for joining me this morning. I wanted to give you that information on that blueberry cherry tomato. My goodness, 2 plants. We are getting, I don't even know what to say, maybe a couple of 100 pounds of cherry tomatoes, maybe even more. I just don't even know what to say. Anyway, so that is your most prolific, or our most prolific cherry tomato that we've ever grown. So look for those blueberry cherry tomatoes. They are incredible. Take care. God bless. Thank you for joining me this morning. See you soon.